This might be one of my favorite things that I've ever made, but it is definitely one of the most fun. I'm going to show you how to make this out of an old bicycle tire, some wood, and some clock parts. I'll also be doing a giveaway this week, so make sure you watch right to the very end of this video to see how you can win one of these blocks.
The first thing I did was go on Facebook to spread the word that I was on the lookout for a new bike. Once I got my bike, I used a nail to release the air from the tire valve and then worked my way through till all that was left was the rim. So the first thing I need to do is take the bike tire apart, which I've never taken apart a bike tire before, so I don't know what I'm doing. But I think that I have to take this off, so I have to just deflate it first, and then I need to unscrew each of these spokes. So we'll see how it goes. Turns out the best way to get the tire off is to grab a flathead screwdriver and dig it underneath the lip and drag it all the way around. Next, I took out all of the screws that were holding the spokes in place. So I've been unscrewing each of these little tiny screws, and it's a bit of a pain, and I suddenly thought, what if I just cut them? So much easier. Once I got it unassembled, I used 600 grit sandpaper and gave the whole rim a light sand. Then I cleaned it with a degreaser. I used acetone, but you could also use paint thinner or dish soap. I spray painted mine black, but you could do it any color or just leave it raw aluminum. Next, I cut my wood inlay. I used a piece of live edge cherry that I had laying in the garage. I cut it a couple inches wider than my bike rim. I decided to hand scrape my piece to keep some of the character, but you could also plane it or sand it with a belt or orbital sander. Once I sanded it down to my liking, I traced on the rim and cut it using my bandsaw. Since I traced the largest part of the rim, I cut just inside the lines. You might have to tweak the edges a tiny bit by sanding or trimming to make sure that you get a perfect fit. And remember that it is better to cut it too big and have to trim it down than to cut it too small and have to remake it. Next, I measured the center of my wood piece and traced on the battery box. I routed out a spot for it to sit in, but since this was only the second time I've ever used a router, I practiced a few times first. You want it just deep enough so that the threaded rod that attaches the battery box to the hands will reach through. Then I drilled a hole in the center of my routed box all the way through from the back to the front. Then I stained and varathaned my wood. Just to note to be really careful if you're varathaning the bark. If there are thick globs of white varathane, they may not dry crystal clear. So just dab any really thick parts with a Q-tip or paper towel. Now Now it's time to assemble. Your wood piece should fit snug in your rim. To secure it, I drilled 2 holes on either end and used 1/2-inch screws. I taped my drill bit off to make sure that I didn't go too deep. Then I attached a sawtooth hanger on the back and attached the clock parts, which I ordered off Amazon.
As most of you know, a bicycle has not only 1 tire, but 2. And what do you do when you have 2 of something? Well, you give 1 to a friend, of course. So I'll be doing a giveaway of one of these pieces. All you have to do is head on over to my Instagram page, follow me, like my post, and tag 3 friends. This could be yours. Everybody likes free stuff, right? Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more super trendy, budget-friendly ways to decorate your home.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope I'll see you all again soon. XOX, Heidi.